Hello everyone and welcome to the Week 3 edition of the Huddle pregame show. I'm Schweigert, joined as always by Tim Gross, and we're getting you ready for another exciting week of Lancaster-Lebanon League football. This week is the final tune-up before the league's section races get underway, and we've got a whopping 20 games on the schedule. We'll start with the LMP Game of the Week as voted on by the fans in our weekly poll. This week, the majority of the fans chose Kutztown's visit to Pequea Valley. And Tim, Kutztown just snapped a 41-game losing streak with last week's victory over Shenandoah Valley, which should provide some hope for our own Ephrata Mountaineers, who are currently riding a 33-game skid. Keep the faith, guys, it gets better. PV got an early jump in the start of its season, and they're 3-0 after knocking off Octorara last week. What can you tell us about this matchup?
I think this is the game, this is the matchup that Pequea Valley wants. It's a home game, they're 3-0. They have a big matchup against the two-time defending Section 3 champion, Northern Lebanon, next week. So to have a team that's coming off a 41-game losing streak, I think is a very opportunistic shot at them to go 4-0 heading into league play. Kutztown gave up 255 passing yards last week. The Shenandoah Valley quarterback was 12 for 15. And Pequea Valley, Jordan Lapp, he might not have the numbers as all the other quarterbacks, but he's made some good throws for Pequea Valley early in the season. He converted a 4th and 12 last week to kind of get them going a little bit. Pequea Valley's come from behind in a couple of games, so they've definitely shown that even if they're playing from behind, they're still in the game. And they've taken some steps as a program, and I think this is another shot for them to kind of boost their profile a little bit going into section play.
And looking back into last year, they've won 6 in a row, so that's our program really seems to be on the upswing at Pequea. So thanks. Let's take a look at another game we'll be keeping an eye on this week, and that is Elizabethtown versus Lebanon. The Bears are in their second season under Coach Bill McDonald, and things are really looking up for them. In fact, they've already matched their win total from last year by winning their first 2 games this season. And if you go back to last year, they've actually won their last 4 in a row. So, Tim, what can you tell us about E-Town, and how do you think they're going to fare against the Cedars this week?
Their defense, probably the most impressive defense so far in terms of numbers. They haven't given up a single point in 2 games. They shut out Donegal and they shut out Hershey last week. So they're coming in against a Lebanon team that's also, trying to find its footing a little bit. Lebanon beat up on Ephrata last week. As you said, Ephrata is kind of in its own losing streak of its own. So E-Town, it's kind of more of a test for their defense. I don't think they'll get another shutout, but definitely something that they can handle when in Lebanon. These two teams played last year, if you remember, in Section 2 when E-Town won 28-20. Lebanon has a new quarterback, Zaki Salesman, who seems like he's a pretty good fit for them. And their new offense, they switched to a short pistol offense this year. So, E-Town looking stronger as it goes. Lebanon still trying to get there. So it'll be an interesting matchup to see where those two teams are this year.
All right. Well, that'll do it for us this week. Remember, you can watch the Huddle's pregame show every Thursday on Lancaster Online, and be sure to stop in Friday night for all our live coverage during the games, and stick around for our postgame show where I'll take you through all the scores and highlights. And of course, you can follow Tim, me, and the rest of the LMP sports staff on social media. For Tim Gross, I'm Schweigert. See you next time.